don't like being little shit. I'ma call you later on, baby girl, don't you forget. I'ma touch you from the party, we might go and have some sex. Gonna do that later on, then we live like cigarettes. What is up, Have You Heard TV? It's your girl Miana, finally back again to bring you all Have You Heard TV. So today we are on episode, I do not know, but my favorite number is 7. So we're just going to restart this series at number 7. So today we are here to do episode number 7 for Have You Heard TV. And this episode is what it's like with depression. So yeah, if you're interested to find out what life is like with depression or with what I have, which is major depressive disorder and general anxiety with a little sprinkle of obsessive personality disorder, stay tuned. So, like I said, today we are going to do life with depression. I have my handy dandy iPad in front of me with all of my notes for all of the points that I want to hit. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So number one, I would definitely say that the biggest misconception when it comes to depression is that it's just sadness. That people with depression are just sad all the time, crying all the time, sitting in their room, and no. That is the largest misconception. That is not at all what depression is. I would probably say about 20% of the time I'm sad or crying or like locked in my room. I'd say like 20 or 30% of the time. I would definitely say the biggest things when it comes with depression or when it comes to depression is, for me personally, because depression is different on everyone, depending on like how you're brought up or what your environment is or just the type of person you are. Depression is completely different for everyone. So for me personally, my depression is irritability. My sleeping patterns change a lot. My appetite changes very quickly and a lot. Mood swings, definitely a lot of mood swings. And just, how do I describe it? If you know me and you know me as a person, you would understand what I'm trying to describe. But I am a very awkward person. Like, I don't know why, but when it comes to social interactions or being in front of people and being in a public space and speaking, sis has it. Sis has it all the way to a T, not a problem. But when it comes to interactions, like regular face-to-face interactions, I am very awkward. I have a very low social meter. But we'll get into that. So I would definitely say part of my daily fight or my day-to-day when it comes to dealing with my depression, number one would be, the biggest thing is getting myself to leave my apartment. I already am naturally a homebody. I like to be in my apartment, minding my business by myself or with my best friend, just chilling, having a good time, watching 85 South show, eating popsicles. Like, I'm a very fudge popsicles to be specific. So if y'all trying to send something to your girl, fat-free fudge popsicles, yeah. But I'm a very home person. I'm not, especially with the area I live in a really small town for the next few months because we're moving up out of here. But I live in a really small town with, like, the girls and the people that are out here and the people that live here are not the best people to go out with. And I just don't care to go out. I'm a very much so a home person. So what that leads to when it comes to me is when it comes time for me to have to leave my house, like to go to work, to go to class, or just to even go see a friend, I don't want to go. And that is my number one thing with my depression. I do not like, and it's not necessarily I'm so sad that I don't want to leave my house. No, I can be perfectly happy in the best mood in the world. I just don't want to leave my house. I just do not like leaving my apartment. I do not like dealing with people. And I think that bleeds a lot into my irritability and how angry I can get depending on what's going on with my medication and what's going on with my mood that day. So I have a very low meter for, excuse my language, I have a very low meter for bullshit. I don't like dealing with people. I don't like dealing with drama. I don't like people talking to me. I just don't. So I don't care to leave my house. Number one, that's my biggest thing with me personally, my depression. I don't care to leave my house. Number two, I struggle a lot with I can make friends very easily. I've made a ton of friends in my life. Making friends is not at all an issue. I'm a very social butterfly person. My issue is keeping friends, because after that initial first meeting, there's a very good chance I'm not gonna reach out or try to interact with you again. Once again, which leads into because I don't want to leave my house. Not only do I not want to leave my house, there are maybe like two people within this state that know where I live. I don't like 3 people, because Ebony knows where I live now. Shout out my girl Eb. Make sure y'all follow Ebony on social media. I'm gonna tag her social media right here. Shout out my girl Eb. But yeah, there's maybe 3 people in the state that know where I live. I do not, just like I don't like leaving, I don't like people coming over. There's only one person in this world, and that is my best friend, who I can spend hours and days on days on days, and we can spend days on days on days locked in this house and locked in this apartment like it's nothing. Nothing, just watching stuff, minding our business in our own world, doing our own thing like it's nothing. So making friends and keeping friends has always been a very big issue for me ever since high school, because I just do not have the care or the social meter or the desire to keep up with people and to contact people and to reach out to people and, hey, what you doing, girl? Like, let's come, I want you to come over so we can drink and so we can talk. No, I'm not that type of person. I don't care to. That's just how I've always been. I don't care to sit and talk to people and socialize. I just don't care to. So I would definitely say those are my 2 biggest things with my depression. It very much so hinders my desire to be friends, my desire to interact with people, and just my desire to do anything outside of my own world. It definitely hinders. Number 3, which my mom and my parents would definitely say is one of my biggest things, is because I don't like to leave my apartment, I don't like to travel. I live in North Carolina, but I'm from Prince George's County, Maryland. Shout out 301, Prince George's County, DMV, you already know. But I live in Greenville, North Carolina. I'm from Prince George's County, Maryland, which is about 5-hour drive from my apartment. I do not like to travel. I do not like to travel. I do not like going places, and it's gotten so bad over the years to the point that normally like 1 or 2 days before I know that I'm about to travel or I'm about to go home or go on vacation or go on a cruise or go anywhere, even if it's somewhere I want to go, about 1 or 2 days before it's time for me to leave, I'm having panic attacks. I can't sleep. My heart is racing. I can't focus on anything. I can't do anything. The only thing I'm concerned about is I really have to leave my apartment, and I'm not coming back to my apartment for such and such days. And I make countdowns on my phone until I can come back to my apartment. I dread going anywhere, like even just driving to Raleigh, I have to mentally prepare myself. And for people who don't live in North Carolina, Raleigh is about an hour from where I live. I have to mentally prepare myself to drive an hour. I have to mentally prepare myself to go on vacation. Like, we went on a cruise last year, and I was a complete wreck going up to the cruise, getting on the plane to fly to Puerto Rico to get on the cruise. The first 2 days of the cruise, I didn't want to interact with anybody, didn't want to talk to anybody, just wanted to sleep. And I've wondered for years why I'm like this and why I don't like traveling, but the main thing that I've kind of narrowed it down to is I don't like change. I do not do well with change, especially if it's a drastic change or a change that I myself did not implement. It's gonna be an anxiety attack. I'm gonna panic. I'm gonna overthink. I'm gonna be worried. Like, I do not do well with change. I'll accept it, and over the years, I've managed and come up with coping skills to deal with change. But initially, I struggle a lot with change. So I struggle a lot with traveling, with going places, with seeing people coming over and into my personal space, me going out into other people's personal spaces. That's mainly what my depression does to me. Also, when it comes to appetite, a lot of times I'm not hungry. So if you've ever seen me or known me in real life or seen my social media, you'll notice, completely honest, because I'm a completely honest person, you'll notice that my weight fluctuates a lot. There's a lot of times where there was one point in the past like 2 to 3 years where I was 200 pounds. Which is a lot for me. I'm not at all saying that there's anything wrong with being 200 pounds, whatever works for you. But for me and my personal body, 200 pounds is a lot. There was a point where I was 200 pounds, and then there was a point where I was 145. So my weight fluctuates a lot because my appetite depends on my mood for the most part. If I'm manic, or what I call manic, where I'm super happy, super excited, on 10, hyper, it looks like I just drunk a Red Bull even though I didn't, I'm not hungry. I'm so energetic and full of so much energy that I don't want to eat anything. If I'm manic low and I'm sleeping all day and don't want to be on my phone, I've turned my phone off, I don't want to go outside, I don't care to see anything, I don't care to talk to anybody, I just want to be in my room and binge watch something, I don't eat. So if I'm at the very top or at the very bottom, I don't eat. If I'm somewhere in the middle, I eat too much. If I'm perfectly happy and content and I'm just bored, I eat everything under the sun. I eat way too much. So definitely over the years, I've had to work on balancing out my appetite and balancing out how much I eat and when I eat, because my body is very giving when it comes to my weight. If I'm small, I'm small. That's it. If I'm small, you can see it. You can see it in my face. You can see it all up here. You can see it in my neck. When I'm small, I'm small. Which goes the other way. When I'm big, I'm big. I've always said that when I'm at like max weight or like super big, I look like a honey bun. And I hate looking like if you look at my face, if you just look at my face, I have the face of a honey bun. Or like somebody used to, like one of my friends used to call me a Pooh Bear. I hate that. I hate how like my face is. But anyway, so on to the next thing. I would definitely say, because I do take antidepressants, I take 100 milligrams of Zoloft every night. Whenever I do not take my medication, or if I have a slip up, or if I need a refill and there's a day where I miss my medication, my serotonin withdrawals, or basically a withdrawal from my medication, which happens within 22 hours of me not taking it, are my serotonin withdrawals are ridiculous, to say the least. Biggest thing, number one thing when it comes to my serotonin withdrawals, I'm angry. 24/7, all the time, angry. And it's a type of anger that I've never felt and I've never had to deal with. So it's something I'm still learning to cope with. But I mean angry to the point that there was one night where something happened in my life that was extremely small. Like, it was very minuscule. It was very basic. It was not a big deal at all. I think it was just like I wanted food or something. I don't even remember, but it was something super small. But my anger had gotten the best of me, and I got so mad that I ended up actually punching a hole through a 3-pane window. Yeah, and there's actually, I don't know if you guys can see it, but these are actually like cuts from me punching the window because my arm went completely through. Nobody was hurt. I wasn't hurt. Well, I was hurt, but like everything was fine. And I was able to calm down afterwards, but it's a type of anger that I've never felt, and a type of anger that I do not at all enjoy, which leads me into not caring to deal with people, because I know how angry and how quick I am to get angry. I've definitely worked on it a lot now. I worked on it a lot lately. That was months ago, like months ago, and I think that was kind of 2018, to be honest with you. So I've worked on it and dealt with a lot of coping skills, and I will definitely make sure I do a video on coping skills that I use. But yeah, I'm gonna have to start wrapping this up because it's becoming a long video. So I would definitely say the biggest thing, well, one of the bigger things when it comes to depression, because I have depression and anxiety, is there's constantly a war going on in my head. So my depression is telling me, you can't do this, you can't do that, you're not going to be good at this, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, just go to sleep, just go lay down, just go home, find 85 South show, find Courage the Cowardly Dog, whatever, enjoy your night, don't worry about it. But my anxiety, on the other hand, is like, do this, do this, do this, do this, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to talk to her, you need to make friends, you need to go see this, you need to go see that, they're going to think you're this, they're going to think you're that, they're going to think this, they're going to think that. And it's just constantly, you need to exercise, don't exercise, you need to eat better, don't eat better, you need to do this, don't do this, you need to budget your money, no, you don't need to budget your money, just spend money right now. It's constantly a back and forth between do this, do this, do this, no, I don't feel like it, no, I don't want to, no, I don't want to. So every day I have internally a battle of, Do I want to do it? Do I don't want to do it? Can I do it? Can't I do it? Do I believe in myself? Do I not believe in myself? Which is where a lot of my prayer meditation comes in, because almost every situation in my life, I give it over to God and go with whatever I feel like he's putting in front of me and whatever I feel like he wants me to do in the moment. But definitely a constant battle of do it, don't do it. You can do it, you can't do it. You're good, you're bad. You're happy, you're sad. And it's difficult to balance a lot of times, and it's difficult to deal with a lot of the time. So when people say depression isn't just sadness, we are very serious. I am very rarely sad. Very rarely sad. I do experience depression episodes, like if I have a breakup, or like if I'm broke, or if I have failed a test or something. Like if I do experience bad things or something happens, I do go into very serious, very deep depression episodes where the sadness and crying and not eating and sleeping all day comes in. But for my day-to-day life, I would definitely say I'm classified as high functioning depression. But yeah, it's not sadness. It's a constant war between you can do it, you got it. No, you don't. You don't got it. You can't do it. You got this. Just keep going. No, just give up right now. There's no point in you even trying. Just talk to her. No, don't talk to her. Just talk to him and see if he wants to be your friend. No, just leave it alone. Nobody wants to be your friend. And it's difficult. Leave your apartment. Don't leave your apartment. You need to go to class. You don't need to go to class. You can miss another day. It's difficult to deal with. And it's difficult to fight through that every day just to go out into the world and then have people constantly spewing negativity and toxic stuff and bad vibes towards you, which is why I very much so only have 2 to 3 friends. I only talk to 2 to 3 people a day. I surround myself with my favorite flowers and books, and I do yoga every day. I run every day. I dance every day. I make sure I listen to my favorite music. I write down and journal every day. Like, I try to surround myself with things that center me and keep me connected spiritually and emotionally, but also just wraps me in positivity and positive vibes, because I know mentally, and shout out to my dad actually for talking to me about this and kind of putting me in this space. I know mentally what triggers my depression and what triggers my anxiety, what triggers my anger, what triggers me going from 2 to 10, what triggers me going from yelling to punching the window. I internally know what can lead me to that. So to prevent that, I make sure I surround myself with nothing but positivity, nothing but good vibes, nothing but the things I want surrounding me, the things I want to deal with, because I just don't have the time or the energy to deal with other things. I have things in my life that I'm trying to get done and that I'm trying to get to. And I don't want my depression and my anxiety dealing with other people's negativity to hinder me from reaching where I want to go. So that is pretty much my depression and anxiety wrapped up. Like I said, this is episode 7 or episode something for Have You Heard TV. You guys stay tuned. The next episode that should be uploaded should be about mental health and mass shootings or mass shooters. If you guys are interested to see more videos and see more episodes and more talks about depression and anxiety and everything that goes on, and also some table discussions with some guests, make sure you subscribe, follow social media at Mental Elephants on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And yeah, make sure you guys check out our career development center. We are now doing career development for all of our elephants. So if you need a resume, cover letter, website, logos, flyers, LinkedIn account, Indeed account, anything that you need in order to get that job, get that promotion, or get the money that you want so that mentally you're feeling better, we're here to help you do it. So if you need a resume or anything for super, super cheap prices, and it's a very nice, well-written expert resume, make sure you head over to thementalelephant.square.site and check out everything that we do. Okay? Okay. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. You guys can enjoy this very cute picture of me when I was a baby. Forehead never changed. That forehead, yeah, my forehead is the same. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in the next episode.
So cold. It's God's work. I ain't got nothing to do with this. It's God's work, man.